Once upon a time in the heart of the African savannah, there was a wise old tortoise named Tono and a proud, strong elephant named Elemu. Both animals were respected by the other creatures for their unique qualities. Elemu was known for his size and strength, while Tono was celebrated for his wisdom and cleverness. One sunny morning, the animals gathered around to watch a contest that had been announced, a race from the base of the great baobab tree to the shimmering waters of the river. All the animals were excited, for races in the savannah were the highlight of their year. Elemu, with his large, powerful legs, was confident he would win. He boasted to everyone, "There is no animal in this savannah who can match my speed. I will win this race easily." Tono, who was more reserved, listened to Elemu's boast with a calm smile. When asked if he would participate, Tono simply said, "I will race. Let's see what happens." The day of the race arrived, and all the animals gathered to watch. The baobab tree stood tall, its branches reaching out like welcoming arms. At the base of the tree, Elemu and Tono lined up at the starting point. The animals cheered, eager to see the outcome. At the signal, Elemu dashed off with incredible speed. His massive legs pounded the ground, and soon he was far ahead of Tono, who moved at his usual slow, deliberate pace. The other animals watched in awe as Elemu sped through the savannah, barely noticing the beautiful flowers and the singing birds along the way. Tono, on the other hand, took his time. He admired the scenery and greeted other animals along his path. "Good day, Mr. Lion," he would say, or "Hello, Miss Giraffe, how is your day?" Though he moved slowly, Tono was enjoying every moment of the journey. As Elemu approached the river, he felt a surge of excitement. "I'm almost there," he thought. But just as he was about to cross the finish line, he decided to take a nap by the riverbank, thinking he had plenty of time to win. While Elemu slept, Tono continued his steady pace. He eventually reached the river and saw the sleeping elephant. With a careful and quiet approach, Tono crossed the finish line, the crowd erupting in cheers. Elemu woke up to the sound of the cheering animals. He scrambled to the finish line, only to find that Tono had already won the race. The animals gathered around Tono, praising his perseverance and patience. Elemu, though disappointed, learned an important lesson that day. He approached Tono and said, "You won the race not because of your speed, but because of your careful and consistent effort. I underestimated you, and for that I apologize." Tono smiled kindly and replied, "It is not always the fastest who wins. Sometimes, it is the one who stays focused and consistent that emerges victorious." From that day forward, Elemu and Tono became great friends. Elemu learned to appreciate the value of patience and careful planning, while Tono admired Elemu's strength and speed. Together, they proved that wisdom and might could complement each other, and the animals of the savannah celebrated their newfound friendship. The wisdom of the tortoise. In the same savannah, there was a severe drought. The rivers shrank, and the grasses turned brown. The animals were worried and did not know how to find water. They called a meeting under the baobab tree to discuss their options. Elemu, with his experience, suggested that they should search far and wide for a new water source. "I have traveled many miles," he said. "I will lead the search." The animals agreed, but Tono raised a cautious voice. "Let us not forget the wisdom of careful planning. Perhaps we should first consider if there is a way to make the most of the resources we already have." Elemu was confident in his plan and led the animals on a long journey. They searched day and night but found no new water sources. Exhausted and thirsty, they returned to the baobab tree, their spirits low. Tono then took a different approach. He suggested that the animals should look for ways to conserve the remaining water. He advised them to dig small trenches around the trees and to gather dew that formed on the leaves in the morning. The animals followed Tono's advice and were amazed to see that their efforts resulted in some relief. The trenches captured rainwater and the dew provided small but important amounts of hydration. In time, the drought passed, and the savannah began to recover. The animals celebrated Tono's wisdom and Elemu's strength. They learned that a combination of careful planning and action could overcome even the toughest challenges. From that day forward, the animals of the savannah recognized the value of both strength and wisdom. Elemu and Tono's friendship grew stronger, and they continued to lead their community, each contributing their unique qualities for the benefit of all. And so, the savannah thrived, a testament to the harmony that could be achieved when wisdom and strength worked together.